All right, child's pose. Bring your forehead to your mat, next to your heels. And whether you're right in front of me on your mat, if you're Liz, or if you are just tuning in from home, start to get a little bit more settled. There's a lot going on in these times, but one thing that's always there for you, regardless of the situation, is your breath. So see if you can begin to drop into that right now. At first, just acknowledging your breath. You don't need to force any changes. Noticing the rise and the fall of your inhales and your exhales. And then make a conscious choice to make your breath a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller. Inhaling and exhaling a little bit more with each cycle. And over the course of the next hour or so, it's going to be a lot of opportunities to move around, a lot of opportunities to try things on. But just remember that this practice is for no one else but you. So throughout this hour, you get to make choices that make sense for you, whether that means pushing yourself a little bit harder, or just dropping back into this child's pose anytime you need it. Right? You could stay in this pose for an entire hour. If you were breathing deeply and feeling fully, you would be 100% doing yoga. In true yoga to people fashion, we'll take a breath all together before we start to move around. So exhale, empty out all of your air. Inhale, balloon your lungs, get really, really full. And exhale, let it go, H-A. Okay. Slowly wake up your shape. Maybe just start by wiggling your fingers, rocking your forehead a little side to side. It might feel nice to crawl your fingers to one side of your mat or the other, just getting a little bit of a stretch through the side body. And as you start to introduce some movement, just start to take stock. Slowly crawl your fingers forward if they aren't already there. Spread your fingers wide, push your palms into your mat, shift your weight forward into a tabletop position. Stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. On your inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, cow pose. Exhale, round out your spine, press middle back up, pull your navel in, cat pose. Good. Inhale, lift head, lift hips, cow. Exhale, round it out, cat. And just keep moving through these cat-cow tilts to your own breath. You could introduce some lateral movement. I like to roll my ribs around a little bit, almost as if you were trying to scrape peanut butter off the sides of the jar. You could roll your head a little side to side. Maybe play around with shifting weight forward and back. And if you're somebody who's been working from home, typing a whole lot, you might play around flipping your hands so that your fingers point back towards your knees, getting a little bit of a stretch to the forearms and your wrists. Lovely. Slowly find your way back to a neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide, press your palms into your mat, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And the first down dog is always a moving one. Pedal it out, lift a leg, shift your weight around. You can reach back for opposite ankles, take a couple hops, whatever might feel interesting to you. And slowly start to find some stillness. We'll clean it up. Spread your fingers really wide. Press into the entire surface area of your palms. Really aim for sealing down that space between your thumb and your index finger. Then lift your shoulder blades up and away from your ears. Feel for wrapping your armpits towards the front of your torso. Broaden through the upper back. Draw low belly up and in. Lift through your hips. You might even, bend your knees a little so that you can lengthen out through your lower back. Let your heels soften towards the floor. You'll never have to force it or jam it. It's just a general direction of movement and intention. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg. Start with just halfway. Press through your right hand. Get really long with your right foot. Lift it a little taller. Bend your knee. Open up your hip, move it around, play, explore. And get some of those cracks and pops out. Start to move it around, create a little bit more space in the joint. Inhale, lengthen right leg long. Exhale, step your right foot all the way up in between your hands. Try to line your toes up with your fingers. Good. Bend your left knee all the way down to the mat. Untuck your left toes. Shift your weight a little forward and back. And this could be as much or as little movement as you want. And just starting to get into the front of your left hip. And on that forward momentum, stack right knee over right heel, press into your right heel, press down to the top of your left foot, squeeze your left glute, lift your torso up, interlace your hands on top of your right thigh bone. Try to use the leverage of pressing your right thigh bone forward in a way to help you lift out of your low back. Nice. Roll your shoulders down your back, soften your jaw, get tall through the crown of your head. Good. You can stay here if you want. If you want to go a little bit further, if you feel like you have space for it, you can bring your hands to your low back. You can lift your arms up overhead. Yeah, you can do what Liz is doing. Interlace your hands behind your back wherever you are. Inhale, look up, lift your chin. Exhale, 2 hands down. Tuck your left toes under, squeeze left leg straight. Step right foot back to an upper push-up plank and pause. Don't worry, Liz, you won't be here too long. Stack shoulders over wrists. Draw your low belly up and in. Feel for lengthening tailbone towards heels. It's as if you could get longer and taller all at the same time. Inhale, press your mat away. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your hips up and back. Good. Inhale, lift left leg. Press through left hand, get long through left foot. Lift it a little taller, bend your knee, open it up, move it around, explore, play. And these sort of free-form moments are the moments where you get to decide what makes sense for you, right? You could do exactly what you did on the right side, you could do something totally different. And the left side might feel a whole lot different than right. Inhale, lengthen left leg long. Exhale, step left foot all the way up in between your hands. Good. If your foot doesn't make it in between your hands, just scoot it forward so your toes line up with fingers. Bend your right knee down to the mat and tuck right toes. Now press down to the top of your foot. Squeeze your right glute. Good. Now you can rock a little forward, a little back. Almost forgot. I'm just noticing how this side feels different. And maybe you feel really tight today. Maybe you're like Liz and you already did an hour of yoga today. This is your second time around. And just notice whatever there is. Good. End on that forward momentum. Press into your left heel, squeeze right glute. Inhale, lift your torso up. Start with hands on the top of your left thigh. Press left thigh bone forward and away. Feel for dropping your tailbone down, lengthening low back. Lift through lower belly. And then feel for a lightness in your ribs, right? Almost as if your ribs were just like gently floating on top of your lower body. If you want to go a little bit further, you can try on a different hand arm variation, maybe arms up overhead, maybe release them behind your back. So lovely. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, 2 hands down. Tuck right toes under, squeeze right leg straight. Let your hands step left foot back, upper push-up, plank, and pause. And find the alignment of shoulders over wrists. Draw low belly up and in. Notice where your hips are in space, right? Not too high, not too low. Think one long line from the crown of your head through your heels. Inhale, press your mat away. Exhale, down dog. Hips up and back. Whew. Awesome. Let's take a breath. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, balloon your lungs, get really full. Exhale, H-A. Nice. Bend your knees, look forward. Take a long walk to the front of your mat. When you get there, hang heavy. Sway a little side to side. You might bend the knees a little or a lot. Yeah, do anything with your arms that feels interesting. Grabbing from opposite elbows, interlacing them beneath your neck, behind your back. Check in with your feet. Measure out hip-width distance, 2 fists side by side in between the arches. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring hands to shins or thighs. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Pull the crown of your head towards the front of wherever you're practicing and rock the weight into the balls of your feet. Inhale, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, arms up, rise up, mountain pose. And you're just standing up tall. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let it be less about what it looks like or less about what's going on around you. Instead, how does it feel to stand tall and breathe? Lift through your inner arches. Pull up on your kneecaps. Draw low belly in as you lengthen your lower back. Send your breath into the space right behind your heart. Inhale, look up, reach up, maybe reach a little bit back. Exhale, forward fold, release it. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, under push-up, and pause. We're gonna make it a little more dynamic. Inhale, press your mat away, broaden your upper back. Exhale, lower down, only halfway, elbows in. Nice. Inhale, up dog. Roll your heart through, roll your shoulders down your back. Press through the tops of your feet. Try to keep your body suspended between hands and feet. Exhale, down dog. Hips high, heels low. I think most of you probably already know that's our flow. We are going to do it a whole bunch. It's sort of like the connective tissue between all of our sequences throughout class. All right. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk or maybe hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up, mountain. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step or hop it back, slide through a flow, upper to lower, up dog to down dog. If at any point during your flow you feel like you're sort of just collapsing to the mat or the push-up just feels like too much, use your knees. It's a great way to build strength. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up, reach up, maybe go a little back. Nice. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step or hop it back, and flow. And take that one more time to the rhythm of your own breath. Maybe close your eyes, maybe soften your gaze. Maybe if you feel like you want to build some heat, you move really quickly. If you feel like you need a little more time, you slow it down. I think the beauty is that you move to the cadence of your own breath without any expectations about how it should look. Get interested in how it feels. Back and downward facing. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Swivel your left heel to the mat. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Good. Right away, get picky about your foundation. Press firmly through both of your feet. Seal the outer edge of your left foot to the mat. Lift through your left inner arch. Allow your left leg to be the source of power and the guide to roll left hip a little bit forward. Yeah, right, a little bit back. If you saw what Liz just did right there, you're always welcome to bring your hands to your hips, kind of to engage where they are in space, and maybe even like manually move them a little bit more towards square. Press through right heel. Lift your right low belly away from right hip bone. Nice. Reach through fingers, soften through shoulders. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, two hands down. Step your right foot back, slide through your foot. Upper to lower, push up dog to down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot through. Swivel right heel to the mat. Inhale into your warrior one, left side. Right away, press through your feet, root down through the pinky toe side of right foot. Pull up on your right kneecap, recruit your right glutes, spiral right thigh bone a little bit more forward. And as you press through your left heel, keep your left knee over your ankle as you imagine sliding left thigh bone back towards left hip socket, almost as if you could elongate your femur. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, 2 hands down. Step it back and flow. And when you make it back to downward facing dog, 1 breath, 1 movement. Warrior 1 on the right, warrior 1 on the left, all on your own. Try not to stress about the alignment. Try not to worry about doing it right, doing it wrong. How does it feel to move your body through space? What is there to find inside of those moments? Back and downward facing, take a moment, get through the 3 hands, lift through the hips, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, balloon your lungs, get full. Exhale, H-A. Sounds so good. Bend your knees, look forward, walk your hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, chair pose. Hips low, arms up. Bend your knees, sit your hips down and back. Press through your heels, recruit the muscles along the back side of your legs. Lengthen lower spine. Feel ribs away from low body. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. And take a moment, take a beat. Maybe take like 1 really long inhale, 1 really long exhale. And then inhale, hips down, arms up, chair pose, second set. And maybe sit lower, also like maybe don't. There's no one keeping tabs on how low you're sitting, especially in this virtual environment. So find a space where you can breathe deeply, while you're still challenging yourself, exploring your edge without it becoming aggressive, forceful. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Take a breath, take a beat. Pick up the tops of your feet, slide your hands underneath them until your toes come all the way up to your wrists for a gorilla pose. Let your head hang heavy. Roll the weight into the balls of your feet. Yeah, bend your knees as much as you like. Feel for lifting up through your sits bones, those bony parts of your seat. Try to lift them towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside and widening them away from one another. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, go a little deeper. Slide your hands out from underneath your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step or hop it back, move through your flow. And downward facing. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, step it on through. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Maybe lengthen your stance a little if that feels helpful. Check in with your right knee, keep it directly over your right heel, right toes point forward. Press through both of your feet, imagine dragging them towards the center of your mat. Lift up your left kneecap, lengthen low spine. Stay light, stay lifted through your heart. Inhale, reach wide. Exhale, 2 hands down, step it back, flow. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2, open it up. Stack left knee over left heel. Lift the right kneecap, press through both of your feet evenly, right? So notice if you're sort of leaning your weight into your front hip, front heel. And not so much though, Liz. Good, perfect. Lengthen lower spine, lift through rib cage, reach through your arms. Try to wrap your triceps closer to your arm bones. Soften your shoulders, soften your jaw. Notice the places that get tense. Inhale, reach wide. Exhale, 2 hands down, step it back, flow. And when you make it back to downward facing dog, keep moving. 1 breath, 1 movement. Warrior 1, warrior 2, on the right and the left, all on your own. Okay, I inhale, I move, I exhale, I move again. Let it be really simple, even in the moments where it doesn't feel easy. Back and downward facing. Exhale, just kidding, keep flowing. It's been a while. Now exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, balloon your lungs. Exhale, let it sigh. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot through. Swivel your left heel to the mat. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Put your right palm up. Inhale, slide right ribs forward. Exhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Press through your right heel, lift out a front hip crease. You can allow your left hand to slide down your left leg, or you can reach it behind your back for the top of your right thigh. Press left ribs a little bit more towards right ribs, spread through right side torso, and soften your right shoulder down. Try to wrap right pinky in, nice. Inhale, reach a little further. On your exhale, right hand down, left arm up, side angle. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your right hip a little more underneath you. Try to peel open through your left side body. And then find a little more length through your spine. Look up towards your left thumb without crunching your neck. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, left hand down, step it back, flow. Inhale, lift your left leg tall. Exhale, step your left foot through. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Flip your left palm up. Inhale, slide left ribs forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Press through left heel. Lift out of your front hip. Send your breath all along left side ribs. Good. And rather than reaching with your shoulder, how much length can you find along your entire left side body? Inhale, reach a little further back. Exhale, side angle, left hand down, right arm up. And press through both of your feet. Recruit your core to support your lower back. Press your left inner thigh a little bit more underneath you. Roll open through right ribs, right shoulder. But try not to do the work with your arm. Notice if your arm goes behind your body. Inhale, spread your collarbones. Exhale, 2 hands down. Step it back, flow. And when you make it to downward facing, 1 breath, 1 movement. Warrior 1, warrior 2, and reverse on the right side and the left. If you love side angle, keep it in there. If it makes you miserable, leave it out. And this is the kind of thing that you get to figure out on your mat. Right? It's the part of this yoga that you can take off of your mat. Right? The ability to make choices that make sense for you. The ability to listen to yourself. To take what resonates, to leave what doesn't. The ability to show up for yourself, the ability to take care of yourself. Right? It has nothing to do with the actual poses. It has everything to do with how you show up inside. Inhale and move. I exhale and move again. Downward facing. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, balloon your lungs. Exhale with a sigh. So lovely. Bend your knees, look forward, walk your hot feet to hands. Separate your feet about hips width, make it even a little bit wider. Inhale, go halfway lift, long flat back. Exhale, go forward fold. Bend your left knee a lot, place your left hand in front of your face. Inhale, lift your right arm up, twist. Bend your left knee as much as you need to. Keep your right leg as straight as you can without locking it out. Roll the weight a little more into the balls of your feet. Feel for lengthening left ribs away from left hip. And try to move from the middle of your back. If you want to go for a half bind, you can bend your right elbow right behind you. Maybe left arm underneath your left leg. Wherever you are, inhale, twist. Exhale, forward fold. Let's switch it out. Bend your right knee, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Lengthen right ribs away from right crease. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Press into the balls of your feet. Liz, micro bend your left knee just a little. Not so much. You're just blocking it out. Take an inhale, twist. Maybe half bind, maybe full bind. Good. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, forward fold. Heel to your feet all the way together, toes, knees, thighs touching. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, hips down, arms up, palms pressed, thunderbolt. Sit your hips down and backwards in space. Drop the weight into your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs towards the center. And then feel for lengthening your low back as you lift your low belly away from the front of your hips. Press through the pinky side edge of your hands. Soften your shoulders. Breathe. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Take a breath, take a beat. How quickly can you move from 100% effort to 100% rest? Good. Bring your feet back together if they separated. Inhale, hips down, arms up, thunderbolt, second set. Slide your hips down and back, drop the weight into your heels. Slide your hands to heart center. Inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, twist. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Press the palms of your hands together. And if you notice your hands are way up by your armpit, try to press your top hand into your bottom hand. Feel for reaching the center of your chest towards your thumbs. Draw low belly up and in. And wrap your left rib cage more forward as you open right rib cage more back. If you want to fly away or bind, go for it. Not a requirement, just an option. Inhale, twist. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, stand up straight. Give yourself a break. Take a beat. Take a breath. Inhale, arms up, palms press. Exhale, sit those hips down and back, thunderbolt. Notice the difference coming into it from standing. For me, I usually feel like I can't get my hips lower, or as low rather, but I find there's a little bit more space through the spine. Slide hands to heart center. Inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. On your exhale, lean forward first, then poke right elbow outside left knee. As soon as you get there, pull your right knee, right hip backwards in space. Exactly, sit your hips a little lower than you want to. Feel for length in your lower spine. And then if you want to fly away, it's right hand down, left arm up. If you want to bind, bind. And if you are going for the bind, try to get your right armpit right outside your left knee. And inhale, twist. Exhale, back to Inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, stand up straight. Take a breath, take a beat, let it go. Alright, inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step or hop it back, slide through your flow. And downward facing, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, balloon your lungs. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, lift your right leg tall. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Keep your left heel lifted. Inhale, lift your right arm up, twist to the right. If you could plant your left hand on the mat, tense up on the fingers, whatever would make more sense for you. Feel for keeping your hips level, so right hip down, left hip up in line with right. Twist through your spine rather than your hips. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, right hand down to the inside of your right foot. Good. Swivel your left heel to the mat. Inhale, left arm up, side angle. Press through your heels, lengthen through the crown of your head. We're not going to be here long. Anchor through your right foot. Exhale, empty your air. Inhale, lift yourself up to warrior two. Nice. Now straighten your right leg, give it a break. You might pop your back foot in a little. Inhale, reach forward, exhale, triangle. Right hand to right ankle, right shin. If you feel like you have a lot of space, you could reach down and wrap your index and your middle finger around your right big toe. Rather than locking your knee out, press, you weren't Liz, don't worry. Press through your right big toe, lift up through right kneecap. Lengthen right ribs, roll open through left side body. Right, you're trying to stack your left hip, left shoulder completely on top of your right. Look up towards left thumb if that feels okay for your neck. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, two hands down to frame your front foot. Pop your back foot in about 6 inches, maybe even more. Angle left toes towards the top left corner of your mat. And if that still feels really sticky, you could walk your right foot a little more to the right, just to give your hips some more space. Fold over your front leg. Press through right big toe, lift through right kneecap, engage right inner thigh, so that you protect your knee joint inside of this stretch. Let your head hang heavy, you don't need to do work through there, yeah. Send your breath into the belly of your right hamstring. Inhale, look forward, spine long. Exhale, lift your right arm up, twist. Revolve your triangle. Yeah, and then right away as you twist, notice if your left hip wants to do the twisting for you. Yeah, lift your left hip, Liz. Good. Right hip down. No, the other down. It looks good. Because of Corona, I can't adjust her, but we're doing it from afar. Look up, take an inhale, twist. Exhale, look down at your left hand. Walk your left hand a little more forward, bend your right knee, launch onto your right leg, lift left leg up, revolve, balancing half moon. Yeah, and keep your left leg super active. If you're watching, right, you can see Liz's leg directly in line with her left hip. It looks so good. Twist from your spine. Maybe even look up if you feel steady. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, right hand down, kick your left leg up, standing splits. Point your left toes, squeeze your left glute, kick back, kick up. Now, keep your right hand where it is, maybe tent up onto your fingers. Bring your left hand to your left hip to start. Roll open through your left hip and your left side torso. So lovely. Flex your left toes, get active through left leg, and if you feel stable, you might lift your left arm up. And if you can't reach the floor, like grab whatever's near you, a block, a book, a dog maybe, I don't know, prop your hand up. Take an inhale, roll open. Exhale, left hand down, left leg down, forward, fold. Shake it out, pedal out your knees, yeah, squat down low, whatever would give you a sense of release. And sometimes those really like cleansing breaths, like a flutter of the lips, boom. Yeah, a lion's breath, stick your tongue out, open your eyes really wide. Do less. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step or hop your feet back, slide through a flow. When you make it back to downward facing, inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot through. Keep your right heel lifted. Inhale, left arm tall. Twist towards the left. Okay. Feel for keeping your hips level. Squeeze your right glute, activate right thigh. And then twist, lengthen right ribs forward. Shorten your left side body. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, left hand onto the inside of your left foot. Pivot your right heel to the mat. Inhale, side angle, right arm up. Good. Stack left knee over left heel. Use the leverage of pressing left thigh bone into left tricep to find a little bit more space through your left inner thigh. Press through your left foot. Exhale, empty out all of your air. And now use your core. Inhale, warrior two. And then straighten your left leg. Whew, give it a break. Pop your back foot in a little if you'd like. Inhale, reach forward, find length through your spine. Exhale, triangle. Yeah, and notice right away, especially if you're really flexible, if you just jam your left knee back, rather than letting your weight rest in the flexibility of your joints, try to strengthen the muscles around them. Press through left big toe, engage left inner thigh, lift left kneecap up. Roll right hip open. Look up towards right thumb. Inhale. Exhale. Two hands down to frame your foot. Pop your back foot in. 6 inches, maybe more. Drape your torso over your front thigh. Bend your left knee a little or a lot if you need to. Let your head hang heavy. And just when you think you've let your head hang heavy, maybe try to let it get a little heavier. Breathe into the belly of your left hamstring. Now you can walk your fingers towards your back foot if you want a little bit more of sensation. Inhale, look forward, spine long. Exhale, lift your left arm up, twist. Twist from your spine, not from your hips. Lengthen right rib cage forward. And feel for pressing the space between your shoulder blades more towards your heart. Try to create an openness through your chest. So that rather than rounding or crunching into the twist, you can lengthen into it, create space. Inhale, just a little deeper. Exhale, look down at your right hand. Keep your left arm up though. Walk your right foot hand a little forward. Shift your weight to your left leg, lift your right leg up. You got me tripped out. I thought I forgot what I taught. Good. As you arrive in balancing half moon, feel free to tense up on your right fingers, use something else to prop your hand up. Engage your right leg, keep right hip in line with left. Breathe into your left outer thigh. And know that if it gets a little shaky or messy or wobbly, like that's okay. Those are the moments where your body figures something out. Yes, exactly. Inhale, twist. Exhale, left hand down. Kick your right leg up. Squeeze your right glute, kick back, kick up. Fold over your left leg. Let your head hang heavier. Yeah, you can wrap an arm behind your calf, maybe 2, who knows. Kick a little taller. Take one more inhale. Good. On your exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip. Roll open through right hip, right torso. Good. Yeah, if you fall out, guess what? It's not a big deal. Flex your right foot. Maybe lift right arm up. Keep breathing. Inhale, twist or roll open. Exhale, right hand down, right leg up. Forward fold, take a beat. Pedal out your knees. Maybe sway a little side to side. Take a breath, whatever you need to let go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, stepper, hop your feet back, flow. When you make it to downward facing, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, balloon your lungs. Exhale with a sigh. And on your inhale, lift your right leg top. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Bend your left knee all the way down to your mat. Untuck your left toes. Press through your right heel. Lift your torso up. Interlace hands on top of your right thigh. Good. We're here at the beginning of class, so maybe notice it feels a little more spacious this time around. Maybe it doesn't. That's cool too. Just notice the differences. You can take a different hand variation if you're craving it. Recruit your left glute. Roll your shoulders down your back. Wherever you are, take an inhale, lift your chin, open your throat. Feel for lifting rib cage up and back. Exhale, 2 hands down to frame your front foot. Good. Pause there. Begin to straighten your right leg. Move your hips back so they stack over your left knee. Come to find a half split. Right, so if you notice that your hips are like way back towards your left heel, scoot your right leg a little more forward. Flex your right toes towards your face. Fold over your front leg. You can bend your right knee a little bit if that feels helpful. Soften the features of your face. And there are times where this half split can be like a really active stretch. And let it be a little more passive. Inhale, look forward, spine long. Exhale, rebend your right knee. Plant your hands, tuck left toes under, squeeze left leg straight. Step right foot back, slide through a flow. Now you're facing, inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot through. Bend your right knee down. Take a moment, press to the top of your right foot, recruit your right glute, lift your torso up. Press left thigh bone forward and away, roll your shoulders down your back. Notice any differences, any changes, and it might not be like a physical difference, right? It could be something mental, emotional, energetic. Inhale, lift your chin, open your throat, try to lift your ribs, your heart up and back. Exhale, 2 hands down. Begin to straighten your left leg. Move your hips back so they stack over your right knee. Flex your left foot towards your face, fold over your front thigh. Inhale, look forward, spine long. Exhale, 2 hands on your mat. You bend your knees, step it back, and flow. Downward facing. Inhale, lift your right leg, bend your right knee, roll open your right hip. On your exhale, sweep it through half pigeon. Bring right knee wider than right knee crease, lay your left leg long behind you. Take a moment, settle your hips, and then slowly spill your torso forward. There is no rush. Honor your body's natural rate of release. And if you arrive in your half pigeon and you find this uncomfortable, well, that's normal. But if you feel any sharp pain in your right knee, you can flip over onto your back and do the exact same stretch on your back instead. And as you arrive, this is harder to do when you're at home, but see if you can leave yourself alone. We've spent, the last 40 minutes or so moving a whole bunch. And as we slow things down towards the end of class, it's kind of the opportunity to let things settle. And sometimes things don't always settle in a way that feels easy or comfortable, so just keep in mind, if you feel like an urge to move or fidget or get out of the sheet, before you do anything, examine that urge. And if you do need to move, that's fine, but make it a conscious choice rather than a reaction or a habit or a reflex. And truly, the most advanced yoga you could ever do is being still and being with your breath. What is there to find there? in a flow, cool. If you'd rather skip it and go back to down dog, that's fine. And when you get back to down dog, before we move on, take a moment, pedal out your knees, maybe lift your right leg, move it around. Notice how things are feeling on your right hip. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, sweep your left leg through, pigeon. Left knee wider than left hip, and play around with exactly how wide. And also play around with the angle of your shin. Right? More parallel to the front of your mat is more intense. See if you can settle your hips towards the center. Notice if they're pulling in one direction or the other. Find somewhere to rest your forehead. It doesn't have to be the mat. It can be a block, it can be your forearms, it could be whatever makes sense. See if you can do a little bit less. And find some stillness through your body first. And stillness of the mind is kind of one of those elusive things that maybe one day we'll all reach, but instead of thinking of it as clearing your mind of all thoughts, like, can you just do your best to avoid critical thinking in these spaces? You're still inside of the hour you set aside for yoga. It's a whole hour where you don't need to talk to anyone. Check your email, check your Slack, read the news, take care of anyone except yourself. And try to let all of that other stuff go for a little bit. What is there to find? You show up for yourself in stillness is just as important as the way you show up in those really active moments. Wherever you are in relationship to your breath. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, fill yourself up. Hold it for a moment at the top. Exhale, let it go. Slowly, gently, with care and intention, make your way out. When you get back to downward dog, it'll be our final down dog of the class. So move it around, pedal out your knees, nod your head yes, shake your head no. And just like we did earlier on, what feels different? Shift your weight forward into an upper push-up plank. Pull your low belly up and in. Okay. And just a little bit of work before we cool things down. So bring right forearm down, left forearm down, forearm plank. This is favorite. And And then right hand down, upward push-up. Good. Left forearm down, forearm plank. Left hand down, upward push-up. Keep it going for 8. You can go faster, slow. 7. You need to bring your knees down, that's cool. 6. Work hard when you can. 5. Take rest when you need to. 4. You can do anything for 3, 2, and 1. End on an upward push-up. And lower all the way down to your mat. Good. When you get there, bring left ear to the mat, look right, hands back by your hips, palms face up. Belly Savasana. Close your eyes or stare at like one tiny particle on your mat or your floor or whatever you're practicing on. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your chin forward. Walk your hands back a little bit so your wrists are like right underneath your elbows. Yeah, perfect. Bring your feet together. Press through the tops of your feet. Press through your hips. On your inhale, begin to peel your chest away from the floor. Recruit your glutes. Use the strength of your back rather than the strength of your arms. So it's as if you could like hover your hands off the floor and you would still be just as lifted. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, release right ear to the mat, look left, hands back by your hips, palms face up. Let your heels still open. It might feel nice to like shimmy your hips a little or windshield wipe your legs. Just let some of that tension release in the low back. Awesome. Bring your chin forward again. This time, interlace your hands behind your back fist. Good. Press through your hips, and on your inhale, lift everything up. Lift your legs away from the floor, reach back through your hands, spread through your collarbones, lift through your chin. And take small sips of air. Yeah, and then try to rotate your inner thighs towards one another. Yes, that's exactly. Take an inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Left ear to the mat. Right. Let it go. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And just press yourself up to a kneeling position. Okay, so no camel today. Come to a seat. If kneeling really bothers your knees, that's cool. You can sit cross-legged or any way that feels comfortable for you. Sit up tall. Imagine as if there's like a string at the top of your skull. Somebody who's pulling it towards the ceiling, trying to stack everything on top of one another. Find your breath. And I encourage you to, if it resonates, maybe find just a moment of gratitude for yourself, for your practice, for setting aside an hour for your yoga. It is no small thing. It is no small thing regardless of what is going on. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat, wherever you found the space to practice. It's powerful. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Swing your legs out long in front of you. Flex your toes towards your feet. Hips. Scoot the fleshy part of your hips back a couple of times. So rather than your tailbone being tucked under, think about getting your pelvis level to the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Grab for your feet. You could bend your knees a little if you want, or need. Let it be as active or as passive as you're craving. So if you really want like an active hamstring stretch, after all the hamstring stuff we did, feel free reaching heart forward on every inhale, like you would hook ribs over knees. If you want something more passive, let your head hang heavy, let your upper back round. And let gravity pull you a little deeper. There's no right or wrong way, right? Just choices, always. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, slowly, slowly release. Roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Bring your hips to the middle of your mat. Oh, they're already there for you, Liz. If they're not, bring them to the middle of your mat. Rock your weight back. Lift your shins so they're parallel to the floor. Recruit your belly. Arms to either side of your legs. Think spine long, so lift your heart. Nice. Squeeze inner thighs towards one another. If you feel like you have the space in your hamstrings, you could go for straightening your legs, but it's certainly not a requirement. If it feels like too much to hold this, you can bring your big toes to gently touch down to the mat. But we're just going to hold this today. 10. Keep breathing. 9. You got this for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly lower all the way to your mat. Yeah. When you get there, take a big breath. Maybe even reach arms up overhead. Stretch front side body. And then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really big hug. Roll around a little, maybe side to side. Maybe forward and back. I like to move my knees around in small circles, like a little bit of massage for the lower back, the sacrum. Press the soles of your feet together, butterfly your knees out wide, supine butterfly. Keep your feet by your hips, you can lift them up towards your heart, almost as if you're gonna hook them behind your head. Okay. Whatever feels good. And open up your feet for a happy baby. Stack feet over knees wider than hips. You can rock a little side to side, maybe forward. Or not forward and back, just side to side. Maybe straighten one leg and the other. This is like one of those last chances to take a flutter of the lips. A lion's breath, stick your tongue out, open your eyes really wide. What are you holding on to that you can let go of in these final few minutes of class? And if you're ready for Savasana, it is ready for you. You can lay down, close your eyes, and take rest. If you'd like to seal your practice off with a shoulder stand or a plow, you're welcome to. Or if you're at home and you have like some other pose that you know how to do safely, please. As you're ready, make your way to your final Shavasana. Close your eyes, let your work sink in. Thank you for class. Thank you to Liz, a wonderful body to teach. Thank you for anyone who's watching. If you're not familiar, Yoga to the People is a donation-based yoga studio. We always have been, we always will be. And we keep this community alive and growing based on your donations. So please donate if you can. Know that no amount is too small. Right? $1, that's cool. We're here for you in this time where things are so uncertain. Thank you for supporting us. We hope we can support you too. We always end class with a quote and the ringing of the singing bowl. So we're still going to do that now, even through YouTube. Our quote today is from the Velveteen Rabbit. "What is real?" asked the rabbit one day before Nana came to tidy the room? Does it mean having things that buzz inside you with a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you are made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily or have sharp edges or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out and get loose in the joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. Exhale, empty out all of